What's up, camping families? If you're looking for something that'll fit within a smaller vehicle, or you don't want to spend all day in the camper, you don't want to give the kids a super slide to not go outside and experience the great outdoors and put a bug in their fingers and roll around in the dirt, this is a compact little family camper right here that just might get the job done. Now, there's a ton of builders who make a floor plan like this. There's a couple key differences here, though. One of the main things is that this is a laminated aluminum frame shell construction. A lot of the people building models like this, it is a stick-built situation. Now, there are advantages and drawbacks both ways. I actually have a totally separate video helping you understand RV construction. If I don't forget, I'll try to leave you a link to that in the video description. But what you're also looking at here is something that's a full 8 foot wide. And that really has a big impact in a small camper in a couple key areas. First of all, it allows an extra hanging wardrobe closet to exist at the foot of the front bed so that you actually have some small modicum of dedicated clothing storage space. Now, next to that is where your TV hookups would be. It's not an ideal location. I don't know that there really is one in this, but I don't think this is the kind of camper you're buying to sit inside and watch TV all day either. The bunks do have USB plugs, which is nice, but they're going to be what I call coffin bunks, where you feel like the Undertaker from the WWF inside there, because there's no windows or anything like that. But because there's no curtains, at least the bunks will have airflow and the kids will be able to stay cool at night. And for a basic bunkhouse, you're already breathing each other's air, you're going to be fine. Being 8 foot wide also allows them to put a full 4-person dinette in this, and the kitchen's not big, but they actually included a couple decent drawers, and the bathroom being about a foot wider than it otherwise could have been means it is surprisingly fluffy, friendly for bigger fellas and ladies, a big booty Rudy or a big booty Judy, as it were. Now, one of the key things to keep in mind on this specific RV, not all bullet campers, but this one, it is unapologetically built to be lighter and less expensive. And along the way, sometimes some neat things happen. Like personally, I love these free-floating folding legs. In my videos, when I talk about removing the knee knocker dinette pedestal legs and going to these and going to folding legs, this is what I mean. You know what? They're simple. They ain't pretty. They is not a handsome animal, but the fact is, they work. They give me more leg room, and if I want to, I can still fold the table down into a sleeper, or I could take it outside if I want to. Now, being a full 8 foot wide means that is a 4-person dinette, so an adult and a kid on each side can fit. This little thing does not have centralized air, so that air conditioner just blows all over the place in this cavity, and there you go. You might want to leave the bathroom door cracked most of the time, otherwise you're going to heat box yourself out of that place. And being 8 foot wide means this hanging space up here and that extra little side stand and the open air space in front of it, I think is a perfect little clutter cutter shoe space, essentially. You get that because it is 8 foot wide. I'm about 99% sure that looks like a 60 by 74 short queen, camp queen. Don't love that. But because they didn't build that wardrobe tower all the way down, if you wanted to pull this out, because this mattress, this mattress is nothing to write home about. I'm probably about 225 pounds right now. And when I lay on that, my shoulder blades can pretty much feel the wood decking below it. And I know that I'm not even the biggest American dude. So if you replace that with a 60 by 80 residential queen that's a little more substantial, it will easily slot in here. Now, a lot of your outlets in this are still inverter prepped. Like you see the sticker on that household outlet in the bottom right corner there. That's telling you that this actually is inverter prepped. Now, again, TV viewing is absolutely not even a secondary, but a tertiary concern in this camper. And if you mount a TV on that wall and you open that cabinet door, you're going to hit the TV. So, yeah, stuff conflicts and stuff overlaps. It's not made for that, it just isn't. Now, this RV does not have a stovetop exhaust vent hood. So what they do to help compensate for that, because they put a big window or something in its way, they put a power vent fan, small one, in the ceiling above us there. But you could always upgrade that very inexpensively, actually. If you go to a RV parts store and you ask for a Max Air fan, get ready to spend upwards of $500 probably. If you go to an RV parts store and you say, I just want a bigger fan. If you don't say the word Max Air, which is a brand name, like if you say like a Hengs Vortex, Hengs, you could probably get that done for give or take $100. So there are ways to do it. Now, I have a no shoes on the furniture policy, but this mattress is still in the wrapper. So when you hear the plastic wrap under me, that's what's going on. The cabinet door handles on this, they feel like somebody got into a Craftsman tool set, and that looks kind of like a socket wrench handle right there. But I'll tell you, those handles don't slip out of your fingers. The carpetless, easy cleaning nature of this floor plan is something I think a lot of parents will appreciate. And thank you, Casper the Ghost, for using your Jedi mind powers to get the bathroom door out of the way of the bunks where we are headed toward next. I believe these are, I didn't see sticker. Bullet bunks are usually 300-pound rated. The bottom bunk has a window. Why is this covered up? I didn't do this. I want to see if this opens for airflow or not. Okay, it does. Well, that's cool. I kind of was expecting it not to open for airflow. I figured that's why it was covered. But the top bunk does not have a window, so that kind of sucks. Okay, and that cushion just flopped down in front of us because they didn't put the Velcro on. But the Velcro is there. They just didn't affix it. Easy fix. USB plugs for the upper and lower bunks are a nice little find right there. And it is a very compact kitchen, but it's kind of 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack sort of kitchen. And I just double checked the cabinetry. They didn't scale down on it, even though this is a simpler series camper. It's still pocket screwed lumber core. Easy way to figure out how is RV cabinetry built in a camper you're looking at. Put your phone in selfie mode and stick it back there, and you can literally easily see the pocket screws. What's funny is this is both screwed and stapled. They put a little set staple in it before they screw it. Well, pardon me, no. They screw it together and then put a staple in it just as an extra level of grab, I suppose. I don't usually see a lot of other manufacturers do that. The refrigerator over here, I guess technically has a little popsicle pocket at the top of it. It's not like a real freezer. It's just a small fridge. I love the fact, though, that they did give us a couple good drawers and a really nice space for a wastebasket down here. Those little details are things that a lot of builders will overlook. And this is a great application of what I call not an ounce of space gone to waste. The refrigerator did not go all the way to the wall. There was a pocket there. So they cleaned it up and they finished it off so it's not wasted. And that, as dumb as it sounds, it's in a little camper like this, it's useful. Now that is just a plain Jane microwave. That's not convection. That's not air fryer. That's just microwave. There's that little floating table out of the way. You're going to see why in just a second here. As long as we're looking at all the storage, I realize I might as well just crack open everything, including the dinette, because I always want to give you as much information as I possibly can. I also noticed when I got the table out of the way, you can see that there is a handy power outlet down there, which is really, really useful, whether it's phone charging or whatever the case may be. Having some outlets by the dinette, like even around a laptop, really useful. And it's a small sleeper, but you got like 3 kids or 2 kids and a big dog or something like that. It might get the job done. Pro tip for you, though, because that is like a pleather covering. You put a dog on there, make sure you put a blanket or something on it. There's also little things I look for. Like, I don't love the machine gun line of staples here. I understand why it's there. But I do appreciate how they finished, where they cut this piece of wood to frame this out. They finished off the raw wood cut. A lot of manufacturers won't do that. And I kind of look at it and say, okay, if you're not willing to do that little thing, what other big things aren't you willing to do? And they did the little thing, so I feel good about it. Now, basic plastic toilet, but look at the space around it. This is a very fluffy, friendly bathroom, mostly because other than the toilet and shower, there's not a frickin' thing in this bathroom. There's no linen space. I appreciate they at least gave us the towel hooks. But yeah, like even a shelf to put a couple towels or something would be nice. I was actually surprised, pleasantly so, that we have both the power vent fan here, although basic, but power vent fan and skylight. So you notice, like, I'm a little over 6 foot tall. I can actually stand in the shower. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. Given some of those other choices, I thought, well, we're probably going to have no skylight above the shower. But hey, here we are. And again, I'm not mad about that. I am glad it's there. One of the other cool things on this, though, is that with no slides, she's just ready to go. This is an easy camper where if you just have it packed up and you just want to, fly out for a weekend to your favorite campsite, easy kind of experience here. I gotta say, I glanced at the spec sheet on this and I thought for a second I was reading the weight wrong. I figured this would come in around 3,200 pounds empty. It's just over 2,700 pounds empty, and it has a 4,000 pound GVW. So this has 12 to 1,300 pounds of available cargo capacity, which is not bad for this kind of camper. But let's talk about it. What if you have a minivan or an SUV with a 3,500 pound tow rating? This camper weighs 2,700 pounds dry. Should you tow it? The answer is no, because the gross vehicle weight rating with max cargo is 4,000 pounds. It exceeds your 3,000 pound rating. If you are involved in an automotive, some people will say, yeah, but I won't load full cargo in it. If you're involved in an accident and there's an investigation, you are screwed. And everything I just said means we will probably sell fewer of these. So I hope you understand there's zero financial benefit in literally everything I just said, but there's 100% customer safety benefit in everything I just said. And I am not going to hope that our team makes a quick sale off of one of my videos at the expense of your family's life. I'm not doing that. And I just hope you appreciate the difference there. The awning's not bad sized on this too. I've seen some campers trying to build this floor plan with like, literally I saw one with a 6-foot awning. I just laughed. I wish they would have put no awning on it. It would have been better with no awning than a stupid 6-foot awning. What a freaking joke. The walls of this, again, laminated, aluminum framed. The nose actually is aluminum. It's an aluminum skin. You still have it's actually an extra thick aluminum skin, so the whole nose is basically a stone guard. And you have lights both under the awning and off the front, where you can blind the neighbors and cause a whole scene in the evening. Oh, hello, power tongue jack. All right, not bad. I'll give it credit for that. By default, this does not have factory solar. I think you can get a 220 watt package optioned onto it, but also it does have a prep plug for a portable panel, which is a lot of letter P alliteration. I have verified, like in that front compartment, there's a couple black boxes over there. One says future charge controller location, and one says future inverter prep location. So it is prepped and ready for those things. Now, in this single axle Bullet Classic series, the belly is not enclosed. It does still have the handy helper sewer tube. It's a secret mouse control that'll help you later, goof. For those of you who watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and are initiated, you totally get the reference. For those of you who don't, you're just like, oh, Josh is on his drugs again. The roof is walkable. Maybe not. Maybe that's why the weight is so much lighter. I didn't this is news to me. I'm glad I saw this. Hey everybody, so I made a mistake, and I think it's a potentially significant mistake. I've never claimed to be perfect, but if I get something wrong, it's never by intention, and I always try to leave you with the correct information. I got about halfway through the day before I learned these Bullet Classic models have actually reverted to a classic non-walk-on roof construction. Several times, I think, in this video, I made specific mention that, oh, it's ladder prepped and it is a walkable roof. In the case of a Bullet Crossfire or Bullet Premium, that is correct. For a Bullet Classic, that is not correct. And that error is on me, but I don't want my mistake to become your problem on one of these. So if that's a deal breaker for you, I 1000% get it and respect it. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. But if you at least appreciate owning up to it and making sure we get it right when we make a mistake, maybe just drop me a little note that says, hey, thank you for that. We'll keep on moving on. And once again, they're not even close to being the only ones to build a basic family camper like this, whether it's laminated, stick built, whatever. This will run a couple bucks more than the stick built ones because of the aluminum framing and the lamination. But if you want to double check that, take a look at our website where you can see pricing and availability anytime. And I'll also try to dig up a few videos where I've located other builders who are making floor plans like this in case you want to cross compare. Like, I like this layout, but how do the other ones do it? You can do that all right from the comfort of the toilet on your phone. You can sit there and watch videos till your legs go numb. I don't even care. You do you, man. You live your life. Until next time, thanks again for tuning in. If you appreciate the candid transparency, hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you next time. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.